Welcome to homework.
We want to graph exactly two periods of the function y equals tangent of pi over 2t minus 1/4. Although I'm guessing that this is x instead of t, because this is labeled all x values of the asymptotes and x-intercepts. So here's our y-axis, our x-axis. Now, let's understand what's going on here. We have pi over 2. If we think of this in terms of a phase shift, we'd have to factor out the pi over 2, and then it would be minus 1/4 divided by pi over 2, which would be multiplying by the reciprocal 2 over pi, which would become 1 over 2 pi. So what happens here is let's just say this is 1 and -1, so we don't have a vertical stretch or shrink, but the period is typically pi, but if we're scaling by pi over 2, we're dividing by pi over 2 to find out what that effect is, which is like multiplying by 2 over pi, which is 2. So the period here is 2 instead of pi. And since we're shifting to the right, I'm wondering if this was meant to be here, because a phase shift of 1 over 2 pi is not friendly, and I bet that it was meant to be like this. It might have just copied funny, where the phase shift is 1/4. That would suit well with the other information. So if the period is 2, and we're shifting, let me graph the parent function, just tangent of x. Normally, this would be from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. But now, if the period is 2 instead, then this would go from -1 to +1. But then we're shifting it to the right 1/4. So what I would do is say we're doing 2 cycles of this. Instead of -1, this is going to be adding a fourth. That'd be -3/4, and then add 2. This would go to 5/4, or 1 1/4. And then we have to add another 8/4 or 13/4 would be the next asymptote. That way we have a difference of 8/4 or 2 between them. It's still going to go through the 0. No, it won't. Take that back, because it's going to be a little bit off of it. It'll actually go through 1/4 , 0. and 9/4. And if you need to include any other critical points, that would be 3/4, 1, 11/4, 1. This would be -1/4, -1, and 7/4, -1. All right, I hope that some of this thought process helped you out with some of this to graph 2 cycles here. Good luck.